Hi YouTubers, thanks for tuning in to stampinwithcharlene.com. Today's tutorial is showing you how to use the aqua painters from Stampin' Up to color in one of our open images, this time using the Honeycomb Happiness stamp set, the little ice cream cone from the stamp set, our aqua painters, and our black archival ink. It's really easy, it's a short video, and you'll see how this fun technique can add a really nice wow pop to your card. Stampin' Up offers several different ways that you can color in images that are like the ones that come in the Honeycomb Happiness stamp set. You'll see that the little chick and the balloon and the ice cream cone are open images, meaning that when you stamp it, you're just going to get the outline of the image and the center part is left blank, which leaves lots of possibilities to color in and do lots of fun things. So today I'm going to show you how I colored in the ice cream cone using our classic Stampin' ink pads and the aqua painters. This is a really easy technique. It's easy, but I should clarify that it does take a little bit of practice though. So whenever you're doing something where you're going to use the aqua painters, the best thing to do is to start and use our watercolor paper. This is sold in our catalog, and you can visit my blog at stampinwithcharlene.com to see what the number is and how exactly to order it. But you want to use a heavier paper like our watercolor paper rather than just our regular Whisper white cardstock. You also want to use an archival ink pad, and I'm going to be using our archival basic black ink pad. This is a permanent ink, unlike our regular ink pads which are water-based, because you're going to be, like I said, using an aqua painter, which is going to be putting water onto the image, and we don't want the outline of the image to smear. So I'm going to use the You're So Sweet stamp from the Honeycomb Happiness stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp this at the bottom, and then I'll clean that off, and then I'm going to use once again the black archival ink pad to stamp the ice cream cone. At the top here. Okay, and I'm going to let that dry for a teeny bit. And let me just clean off my stamps while that's drying. And then one of our wonderful features about our ink pads is because the actual ink pad is stored on the top and it's stored upside down, that's so that it can stay moist. What you want to do is just tap a couple of times on the ink pad, and what that's going to do is transfer some of the ink onto the base of the ink pad holder, and you'll see there's a nice juicy amount of ink right down there. So what I'm going to do now is take the aqua painter, and you'll see that this is full of water, and you'll see that the tip is kind of, it's not clear, it's kind of stained a little bit from other things that I've stamped. So I just, on my grid sheet, just want to make sure that it's cleaned out. There's still a little bit of Watermelon Wonder in there, but that's okay because I'm going to be using Watermelon Wonder to color in the ice cream cone. So I'm just going to squeeze a teeny bit. You see a little drop of water came out, and I'm just going to pick up some of the ink on the aqua painter like that. And then I'm just going to begin to paint in the ice cream cone. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want it to be based on how much ink you pick up with the aqua painter when you're picking it up from the lid. So I'm going to just as if I were painting it with a paintbrush. But there is some water on there. If you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it's wet. However, because I use the archival black ink pad, it doesn't smear the image. Now what I want to do, just to give it some a little more of a dramatic effect. I am not a painter by any means. I have no idea about color and how to do different highlighting and stuff, but I know if I just take a little bit more and put it on that side, it makes this part of the ice cream a little bit darker. It gives it some shading and makes it a little more realistic looking rather than just one flat color. Okay, then like I said, just on a piece of scrap paper, I'm going to just do it here on my hand. You just want to squeeze this out, squeeze the water out until it comes clear. And even though the tip might be a little stained, it's okay. As long as the water is coming clear, that means that the aqua painter is good to go on another color. So let me just dry off my hand. And now we're going to do the ice cream cone, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to use the same exact aqua painter that I just used with the Watermelon Wonder and show you that even though the tip is stained, we can still use it on another color. And I'm going to use the soft suede ink pad. Whoops, let me press down on the ink pad to get the ink onto the base. And I'm going to just pick up a little bit of ink here with the painter. With the aqua painter, you can see how the water is coming out and making it thin. Okay, and then I'm just going to start and paint in the ice cream cone. And as I'm painting it, I am not squeezing it, because if you squeeze, more water will come out of the aqua painter and then you'll just have a mess on your cardstock. On your, I should say, watercolor paper. And the reason you want to use watercolor paper is because it's made just for, as it says, for watercoloring. It's thicker than regular cardstock, and it's made, the fibers in the paper are made to absorb the moistness of the water that you're using. And that's all there is to it. So for this project, to color in, you just need some classic ink pads in any color. Our aqua painters, which are sold, they come in a set of 2. And you also need the archival stamping pad, ink pad, and watercolor paper. And for this particular card, what I did, you're going to want yours to dry a little bit, but after it dries, I use the Dazzling Details glitter. I love this stuff. Just shake it a little bit and then pretend that this is dry. And I'm just going to freehand add a little bit of Stampin' Glitter just to make the ice cream cone look a little more delicious. A little bit of glitter on the ice cream and a little bit on the cone. And that's all there is to it. That is how easy it is to color in our open images. And here is the finished product. This is once again a shaker card, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. But that's all you need to do to color in. Thanks for watching, and you can find more information on my blog at stampinwithcharlene.com.